Hello! It's Kelly. Kelly. So I've been trying to get my hair to grow, but anyway, this is actually just going to be a video about a story time. And by a story time, I mean story time about all my car shenanigans recently. On TikTok, I started this car chronicles. Because, like, once in a while, I just have, like, car issues, like my window breaks, because my car's kind of old. Um, so, someone I dated, like, 3 years ago. We're kind of friends now, so we're gonna be friends for, like, 6 months. Only, like, 2 months in. But anyway, but they only feature because they came to help me with my tire the other day. I needed to replace my car battery. If you watched the previous video, don't know. Because my car battery like gave in. Anyway, but another thing that happened was, so I had a slow puncture. I tried to fix it myself with the kid I had at home. It didn't work out because I don't know what happened, but last week Saturday I was driving and so I wanted to go hike. I've been feeling low, so I'm trying to do things that are going to bring me back my confidence, my inner peace, my whatever it is. Anyway, so I'm driving, my car goes super flat. And then I have to stop on the side of the road and I'm like, okay, I know I have a spare. But it turns out I didn't have any of the tools I needed. So I didn't have like the, the jack and the other thing. Because there's one thing that keeps your car up so that it's not like, on the rim. The rim doesn't like slam on the ground. And then the other thing that, I'm trying to think now. The other thing that helps you undo the bolts on your wheel that's holding the wheel to your car. Didn't have that on my car for 5 years. I got my car, which family car. So we definitely had the things, but for some reason, no one seemed to notice that it wasn't in my car. And obviously, I was a newbie driver. Like, I got my license and I got my car. My car had to be like everything had to be replaced, but like no one noticed. So I'm shocked to find out I don't have any of those. We get the car. So he brings his tools.
I did not expect this to happen. So pretty.
Yeah, so he has a job, but his thingy that you screw the bolts on didn't fit, so we had to get one by the petrol station. And then we do the replacement. He does the winding. He does most of it. I help with getting the bolts off. And then we return it to the petrol station. I just check that all my wheels are pumped up. Yeah. Super fun. Anyway, so then my dad's like, okay, get your wheel like fixed by the petrol station. The one that I drove on. So I get that wheel fixed and they're like, did you drive on it? And I'm like, yes, I did. Because number one, I couldn't park on the spots. Because I was on the highway. I was like on 3 different highways. And I think it's also kind of a highway. The last highway I was on, like, there was at least a spot where I could thingy. Because I was pushing through, because it also took me, like, way too long to realize it was my car. So I'm pushing through thinking, okay, let me just make it to the petrol station, Someone looks at me, they're like, your wheel! And I'm like, fuck, fine. Anyway, so I pull over on the side of the road. That's how I got there. Anyway, so now back to me fixing this wheel. It has, like, bubbles, because, like, the inside of the wheel has been damaged. Anyway, so now I need a new wheel. And then I was like, I'm on a mission. I need to find where my car's tools are. I find the one outside. Because we have like this locker thing that's been rusted. Like, it used to be in our garage, but we no longer have a garage. So now it's outside. I find that one thing there. And then I find the other thing. Because after way too long, like, I was ransacking the laundry. Because I was like, a lot of tools are in the laundry. And what's that other thing? I can't remember. And then I realized, fuck, it's at the back where like a lot of things that should probably go to like the dump, or because I remember my brother made a toy with it. So I find it and I'm like, oh shit. Oh motherfucking shit. So you telling me, number one, I was completely unaware, okay? It's called ignorance. Maybe ignorance is bliss, but I was unaware because I just wasn't sure about those things yet. Like, no one really taught me. Like, my dad didn't actually teach me how to change a wheel either. Like, I've seen them change wheels when, like, their car's wheels went like that or whatever. But, like, I've never changed a wheel. I haven't been taught to change a wheel. Make sense? Thank you. And yes, I always knew it was something I was going to teach myself to a certain degree, or like monitor and figure it out myself if the time came. But dude, like, just the fact, like, I'm feeling neglected. The fact that I was not made aware where my tools were. I wasn't made aware I didn't even have tools. Like, my car's gone for a service so many times, and I'm like, so no one went to go check if I have tools or not. Like, I've had to replace my rear view mirror because my rear view mirror broke off. I've had to get like my bonnet and like the one side kind of like fixed or panel beated off place because like I had like an accident within the first few months of my driving. I've had to get my window fixed like twice, but I think it's at a point where like it won't work anymore. I've had to get my like, I've had a lot of things, and I've had to, like, the car's gone in, it's gone in, and I'm like, not one person has checked. Not one person has told me. If you've never had to change a wheel once in your life, just check that your car has all these things, because there's a chance that they don't. There's a chance that your little brother has been playing and leaving things outside in the rust, and no one put two and two together to be like, oh, that's your car's thingy-majig. The names of everything. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have more luck than me. But anyway, what do we say when life hands you not so much luck? Oh, I forgot about the other point. The other point was, so the story's not over. The other thing is, my car got broken into for the first time last week, since it's been my car. So I was just like, wow, life was just like, oh, God, honey, we're giving it to you now. It got broken into, they stole my car radio.
Somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.